I really want to remind you guys of the miracle that you're about to see. Okay? We believe in miracles. This is a house that believes in miracles. There's people from other houses and other families that believe in miracles. And so that word Nasim, of miracles, we believe in that today. And we're just so honored to welcome Shalev. His story is a miracle from even what I read in the bio. So can we honor this young man who went through something so intense? Let's stand to our feet and let's honor him and welcome him in love. Welcome, Shalev. Welcome. And Dana, we welcome you. Yes. He's come with some friends, Omer, Aviad as well. All Israelim, right? All Israelis, we welcome them. And the podium is yours, my friend. Amen.
Okay, so first of all, I want to say thank you for hosting us here. It's amazing, and I'm very excited now. So I wish to myself a good luck with that. Okay, so my name is Shalev Biton. I'm 25 years old. Now I'm studying music production and sound design in Israel. I born and raised in the north part of Israel, close to the Sea of Galilee, yeah, Sea of the Kinneret, and I have two bigger brother and one younger brother. And when I was 20 years old, I recruited to the army. I served as a combat soldier in part of the time it was in Gaza border and also sometimes in the West Bank. And that's really helped me and in the story you will hear now. Okay, last year I spent in Australia. I traveled there with my girlfriend. I met her there and we traveled together in Melbourne, Sydney, Queensland, all over Australia. And actually, we came 2 weeks before the October 7th to Israel. To be honest, we had a flight ticket for the flight ticket booked for the October 7th. But what happened? We worked there, and we just wanted to come back to Israel. So we changed our flight to 24 September. So we came 2 weeks before the October 7th. And also, to be honest, I didn't supposed to be at the festival, at the Nova Festival. My friends had the tickets. They bought it 3 months ago, the festival, three months before the festival. And actually, for us, we had a long history with that festival. We came from the first one before 3 years ago, and we really liked those festivals because there was all the time very kind and polite people. In Israel, you know, it can be complicated to find some polite and easy people. So that's why we really like that festival. So as I said, I came to Israel 2 weeks before that, and I bought a ticket from my girlfriend, my friend's girlfriend. She didn't want to come to the festival, so I bought her ticket. So we went 6 friends, 5 friends of mine, together to that festival, and actually it was like a reunion celebration for us because we didn't meet each other for about 2 years because everyone after the army went everywhere in the world to travel. Some of us, I traveled in South America and Australia. My friends traveled in Asia, so we didn't see each other for a long time. And for us, it was we were very excited, and actually it was very important for us that evening, that day. So what happened? And now I will talk about the specific day. Everything started on the 6th October. We were at Tel Aviv at my friend's house. Oh, okay. So here you can see my girlfriend Gal, and me is next to the Opera building in Sydney. It was off, okay. Okay. And some beautiful sunsets in Byron Bay. And okay. So everything started in Friday night. That was in we met all our friends in Tel Aviv in my friend's house. We ate together the dinner because it was a Sukkot holiday, Sukkot dinner. So we ate together, and then around 1 a.m. we took our car. By 2 cars, we drove all the way to Gaza, around Gaza Strip. So it was close to Be'eri. So it's actually inside Israel, and it was much closer. It was between Be'eri and Re'im. So here you can see the ticket. It's in Hebrew, but here's the ticket for the party. The party that was part of very huge festival in the world. Actually, it came from Brazil. They did combination from Brazilian production to Israeli production, and they brought a lot of artists from all over the world. You can see here from France, from Germany, from Japan, from Netherlands, from Mexico. There were artists from everywhere, not only Israeli. That festival was very huge. You can see here the map of the festival. There are two stages and a lot of art market and camping sites and like food market and everything. The capacity of the people that went there, it was 4,000 people, 4,000 young people, but not only young. We met there people, they were 70 years old that came to celebrate and dance because music is for everybody and not only for young people. And so here you can see the map of the place, and let's see, and here's the distance between the party to Gaza Strip. So as you can see, that was about 3.3 miles from the party to the Gaza border. So on motorcycle is like 6 minutes, and by foot is about 1 hour, less than that. And all those blue flags there, as you can see, it's actually not from the party. I served there at that place 2.5 years before as a combat soldier. And actually those flags, I pinned that 2 years before. So after that, it makes my pathway to run from there a bit easier. As you can see here, also you can see the Be'eri kibbutz Be'eri, and much at the white thing there underneath that it's the kibbutz Re'im. Okay, so on 2 a.m. At 2 a.m. we arrived at the party. All our friends, all of my friends, we came together. And on 3 a.m. we finished to organize all our camping site. We brought with us some tents and chairs and tables and mats and everything. So, and what happened for that moment, we went together 6 of us to dance a bit. And here you can see some picture from the party. And you can see that picture I took in 3:53 a.m. And here you can see, so we went together, all of my friends, to explore the area and to see what's going on at the party. And I promise you, there's a lot of beautiful people that came to celebrate and enjoy their life and really enjoy as a young people. But also there is a lot of, as I told, a lot of much more older people there. And around 3:30, we splitted. So three of us went to sleep. Me and my two friends, Jonathan and Niv, went inside the tent, and just went to sleep, laid to sleep. And three other friends of mine stayed to dance at the stages that was there. Around 5:55 a.m., while I'm sleeping inside my tent, I slept with the earbuds. So I heard, like when you sleep with the earbuds, you can hear only low frequencies. So I heard only the kick and the bass from the party. And some point of time, I just heard like some explosions or some booms that are not in the rhythm of the trance music. So I woke up, I opened my phone, I just entered an Israeli website to check if everything is all right in the Gaza border. And I didn't see anything strange, so I laid back to sleep. On 6:29, I heard from the tent the launch of the missiles by the Hamas organization. And actually, to be honest, I wasn't so nervous about it because I served as a combat soldier there. I know when they launch missiles, if you are close to the border, it's a bit safer for you because the missiles will come above you. So I wasn't so nervous about it, and I just woke up. I stand and wanted to open my tent, and my friend Ayal opened it for me, told me that there's a missiles from Gaza. I saw the missiles, and when I just went out from the tent, I think I froze for a few minutes. For a few minutes, I just froze because I just woke up. I didn't know what to do. I felt very confused. And until some friends of mine just gave me a slap on the back and told me, help us to organize everything and just to clean everything and just make up everything. And we started to organize everything. And you have to understand at that moment, I can explain it for only one moment from that party, from that time, I can explain it for maybe 1 hour because there is so much things that happened around us. There's people that crying, that people close to us, they were people that call to their parents, people that don't know what to do. And as you know, I don't know if you know, but in festivals sometimes you can do, there is a people that doing some stuff that make them much more confused. So that moment, there's a lot of things that's running around us, that happening around us, and there was a police officers that also they looked very confused at that moment. They didn't actually understand what's going on. Around 7 a.m., we just the fences, the party fences, the people inside the party just broke the fences and just started to run towards the parking lot to bring their cars. So my friends Eyal and Niv and Jonathan went to bring our car, and they came close to us, and we just put all our stuff inside the cars. There was 2 cars, and we sat inside the car. At that moment, I think it was 6:55 a.m. I just started to hear some gunshots, but it was very far from us. It was not very far. It's about 2 kilometers, probably close to the border. And I think at that moment I thought to myself, okay, I know that when I served in the Gaza border, when they launching rockets, they are trying to shoot towards Israel. Maybe they will hurt someone in the kibbutzim, in the villages on the border, close to the border. So also I wasn't so nervous, and I sat there inside the car in the back seat, and my mom called me. She was very nervous. She told me, "Where are you?" I told her, "Yes, mommy, I'm at the party close to the Gaza border. I know there is rockets. Don't worry. 1 hour and we will be in Tel Aviv. Everything will be all right. Don't worry." And she was so nervous, so I just hung out the phone because I understood that maybe it will make me more nervous about it. So at that moment, I sat inside the car and I sent to my girlfriend that picture, that funny picture, to say, "Gali, don't worry, everything will be all right. You can go back to sleep. 1 hour, I will be in Tel Aviv, and we will talk. Don't worry about it." So she actually laid back to sleep. And after that, there was a lot of sirens in Israel, so she couldn't actually go to sleep. And okay, now as you see, what you're seeing now, it's the pathway that my friends, as I told, we were in 2 different cars. So my friends, Jonathan, Shaked, and Omri, they, by a miracle, I don't know how to understand that, I do explain that, they succeeded to go towards Be'eri, and then very close to Be'eri, I think about 1 meters before Be'eri, there was a police car that told them, "You can go inside." At that moment, there were a lot of terrorists inside Be'eri, so they told them, "Don't go inside Be'eri, you can't do it, go back." So they did a U-turn. I think they saw a dead body on the floor, on the road, and then they did a U-turn, and somehow they found a dirt road. That road led them towards Shokeda. It's like a small village. So also by a miracle, the head of the security in that place didn't recognize them as a terrorist, so he didn't shoot them and let them go inside. And they stayed there inside a shelter in some house for about more than around 16 hours. 16 hours. Also, in that place, the terrorists couldn't go inside, so we don't know how. So they stayed there for a long time, and they were very, very afraid there. And now I'm coming back. I will talk about what happened to us. To me and my friends Eyal and Niv, we stayed together inside our car, and we waited. At first, we started to drive around to try to connect to the main road there, but we actually couldn't. It was so much people around us and a lot of cars that was a huge traffic jam. Actually, the police blocked the road from south, from Reim, and also from north, from Be'eri, because there was terrorists everywhere around us. That I'm talking now about 7 and 10 minutes. And actually, we couldn't move. So we just stayed inside our car. We started to hear a lot of gunshots. So we left our car for a moment. And at that moment, when I went outside the car, I sat at the back side, at the right back side. I opened the door, and I saw a girl that got shot in her upper body. She was bleeding and screaming. And some guy who carried her on his hands and started to run with her towards the party area. And that was very strange for me because I couldn't explain, I couldn't understand what's going on because I saw that their car was full of bullets from the right side. So it was from the west side, from the east side. So it was very strange for me. And actually, I think more than I didn't understand, my brain didn't want it to understand what's really going on now because it was very, very huge attack that happened. That now I can say it. That moment, I actually didn't want to understand that. So we started to run. At that moment, we heard a lot of gunshots from south, but that was very close to us. So that make us to run north on the road. And as I said yesterday, there is a lot of things that happened around us. There is a people that getting shot. There is a people who crying. There are people talking in their phones. There are people that hiding between cars. So we couldn't understand what's going on. So we started to run 100 meters, 200 meters north. And then, now I'm talking, I think it was 7:30, 7:40 a.m. We heard it was a lot of people that started to run. At that moment, when we ran 200 meters on the main road north, that was a lot of gunshots from northwest of Israel, not the northwest from us. So that makes us to run by an instinct to the east side. So if they shot us from west, we started to run to the other side. So we started to run. As you can see here, there is not a lot of people here. I don't know how, but there is like thousands of people that run together. We started to run, I think it was the 2-3 first kilometers. We ran very, very fast. Me and my friends passed all the people around us. After 2 or 3 kilometers, at that field, some terrorists started to shoot on us, and what makes us to lay on the floor, on the ground. We were inside that field. So we started to crawl. Like in the army, it was an absurd situation for me to see my friends starting to crawl together, and we didn't actually understand what's going on now. So we crawled for a few minutes, and then I think we stood for halfway, and we stood for halfway on our knees, and I had a look. I looked to the west side to check from where they are shooting on us. Maybe I will find the source of the shooting. And actually, I didn't see something. So we started to run. We continued to run. So we ran for more 2 kilometers, and after that, now you can see a bit more picture about that. Few more pictures. And as you can see here a lot of cars. There is a lot of people. People here you can see their faces. They were very scared and afraid. And here you can see our pathway. So the first 4 kilometers we ran together, and after that we became very weak, and we were very thirsty and hungry, and we didn't actually understand what's going on. Earlier to that, my big brother called me, and he told me, where are you? I told him I'm at the party close to Gaza border, and he is my cousin, and my cousin understood that something very, very big going on now. So my cousin, he is a police officer. So he called me and told me, where are you? I told him at the party close to Be'eri. He told me, okay, okay, okay. That was around 7:30. He told me, okay, you are now in a very, very complicated situation. There is, if you can, so first of all, he said, don't go to some civilian people. Don't go to some villages, not even roads, not even army bases. Army bases is the most protectable places, but no, don't go there. If you can, he said that, if you can actually dig a hole and stay there, do that, and don't expect that someone will rescue you for at least 48 hours. So at that moment, I understood that something very strange going on. And when they started the gunshots, the huge gunshots, some girl shouted, "They are terrorists on motorcycles." So at that moment, I understood that's what they told me when I served in the Gaza border. The army told me that can happening now. So at that moment, I understood that, okay, we are in a very, very, very complicated situation. So we started to run, and then they shoot us, and then we continued. And we started to run inside a stream. It was a dry stream that we ran between bushes and trees and to hide ourselves, and like a shelter that if someone will see us, if some terrorists around us, they will not see us. And after 4 kilometers, we found a girl that's sitting alone inside a bush. Her name is Shachar. She was very, very afraid at that moment. She was shaking. She told us, my friend lost me. I lost my friend. I don't know where he is. And I don't know how, but somehow we were with her. And at that moment, I just gave her my hand. I told her, what's your name? She told me, my name is Shachar. I told her, okay, my name is Shalev. Don't worry. We'll be together. We'll be fine. We will come home tonight. Everything will be all right. Don't worry about it. And and from that moment, she joined to us. So at that moment, we were 4 people. We continued to run and walk. At that moment, we were very weak, so we started only to walk and walk and walk. And after 2 more kilometers, after 6 kilometers, we found two men that joined us too. They also were a combat soldier. So at that moment, we were 6 people. And after 7 kilometers, we arrived to some greenhouse there. And we sat there inside the greenhouse. We heard all the way, we heard a lot of missiles, a lot of mortar missiles that exploded close to us, a lot of gunshots at the start, and then after 6 kilometers, we didn't actually heard a lot of gunshots. So we entered the greenhouse for to rest inside that, and then my big brothers sent me a location by a WhatsApp application to where to go, and there was like a wreck building out of nowhere, and you can see it like in the blue, not the blue sun, no the blue arrow, the right one, the things that on the right, and then we stopped inside the greenhouse, and we had a look. We just wanted to check if it's that building to be sure that it's a safe place. And my friend's brother, his name, my friend's Niv, his big brother was a officer in some special unit in Israel. So he just recommended by a phone what to do. So we explained him what we are seeing, and he told us, okay, you see that place is like in a clean field, so everyone can see that building. So don't go there because the terrorists will arrive there. And we actually didn't know what to do at that moment. And by a miracle, that was a farm close to us. So we sat inside, you see the left arrow? So we sat there, and the farm was very close to us in the north part of us. So we decided to go inside. We heard, first of all, we heard usual noises from inside the farm. We heard some guy that works with hammer and some Thai music, because there is a lot of Thai people that working in Israel in agriculture. So we heard that that's okay, what's going on inside there. So we entered the farm, and we did that in two groups, because if we were the first group, because if we will hurt, the other group will hear that, and they will run away or something like that. So we actually entered the farm. I saw a group of 12 Thai workers that cooking a dish for them. They were very shocked, and they actually didn't communicate. They didn't communicate with us. I tried to talk with them, and they didn't answer. And then, because we were so thirsty at that moment, I asked them for water. So they just pointed for me for some direction inside the farm, and told me they actually didn't talk. So I just went there. And one moment before I started to drink from that tap, there was a guy that went outside from a building. First of all, he looked like 45 years old. He looked Arab, and when he started to talk with me in Hebrew, he had a very strong and very strong Arabic accent. So I was very alerted at that moment. I looked at him, and I told him, "Who are you?" And he told me, "I am the manager of the farm," or something like that. And actually, I didn't believe in him, because I don't know, maybe at that days, and also not at that days, I think there is a lot of time, there is a long time that people from Gaza could work inside Israel. They could go inside and work in everything inside our country. And I thought to myself, maybe he is from Gaza. And I don't know if I want to trust him, because I don't want to take a chance on my life. So I looked at him. I was very alerted. I waited for the moment he will do something, or maybe he will take his phone from his pocket and will call someone, some friends maybe in Gaza. I don't know. So, but after a few minutes, he took care of us and helped us. He took us to some building inside the farm, and that building, now he took us inside that. We were 6 people. He started to give us water. He gave us food. We ate hummus like chickpeas, and with pita, and we ate salads. He turned on the air condition for us, so we felt very safe at that moment and very comfortable. And actually, I sent messages to my family. Don't worry, we are safe. Don't worry, everything will be all right. We felt very safe at that moment. And here you can see the building inside. Here you can see Shachar, the girl there. Here's Aviel. The guy without the shirt is Atir, his name. And here is Yunus. Yunus is the Israeli Muslim guy that gave us food. So here's some picture. Here's me don't understanding what's going on now. I was very happy, as you can see now. Next to me is Niv. Niv is my friend that came with me from home. And here's Eyal, another good friend of mine. He is a tear again. And we sat all together to eat. At that moment, there was two also young people that joined us. His name is Alisa and Gilad. So at that moment, we were 8. So after 30 minutes, inside that building, we were very relaxed. And actually, I laid on the floor to sleep because I was very tired. And my friend started to continue to talk with the security forces of Israel. Maybe the police come and rescue us. Maybe the IDF. Maybe someone will help us. And I laid on the floor and started to sleep. And then after, as I said, 30 minutes, what happened? Younes shouted towards us, "There are terrorists coming, do something." And I stand, and we ran, all of us, outside the building. We actually didn't know what to do at that moment. We were very shocked. And by a miracle, I don't know how, we discovered that the building was above the ground for 40 centimeters, so like that. And we just started to crawl, 8 of us, underneath the building, and we stayed there. We were very quiet. We didn't talk. We were very shocked. We froze underneath the building. That was like a Holocaust movie, exactly like that. And actually, we felt very surprised because we felt very safe at that moment, at that place. And after a few, 5 minutes, not 5 minutes, 2 minutes, the terrorists came inside the farm. We saw them. I saw their legs next to me. And they talked with Younes. The Thai workers went also to disappear somewhere in some building inside the farm. And Younes talked with them. First of all, they asked them, I heard that they asked him, we saw, in Arabic, in Hebrew, of course, we saw a naked Jews. And me and my friend Gilad ran without any shirt on us because I slept, as I told you, and then they came, so I started to run with a sweatshirt and a pajama. So that was very hot, and I just removed my sweatshirt and I ran without anything on my upper body. So probably they saw us and they saw me and some other guy that were with us, Gilad. So they entered the farm. They broke the chain that closed the gate that Younes put lock. So they broke it, and then entered the farm. They started to run to look after us. And after a few minutes, they just left the farm. I don't know how. I don't know how until today how they didn't hurt Younes, because they also killed everything they saw, even Thai workers and also Muslims, Arab Muslims, even a Palestinian guy they killed. So we all had a miracle at that moment. So we actually stayed underneath the building, very shocked, don't know what to do, and for me that moment was, I think, the longest moment in my life. After that, I could say it was okay. I will tell that later. And at that moment, I was very shocked. And after 1 hour and 30 minutes, we started to talk to each other to to um, to, dec- to decide what to do. We didn't actually had any idea what to do, where to go next, because that place is not safe, and there's a terrorist who came here, and actually we are almost 8 kilometers from the border, and it's not safe here. So what shall we do from now? And somehow, at that moment, because we talked to each other, we started to whisper to each other, Yunus heard us. So he talked on his phone, and I heard him saying, "Okay, I think I know where they are. I think I found them." So also the longest moment in my life, I felt like, okay, what's going on? What to do? And just bent a bit, and he saw us and told us, "I'm looking for a rescue for you, and you are disappearing from me. Just go out from the building now." So we just crawled outside the building, and somehow, I don't know how, maybe he did that, maybe there was another girl that was with us that did that. Someone brought a rescue, someone that rescued us from there. So that was some civilian, regular people that lived very close to the border in a place called Maslul, and they rescued about hundreds of people from the party to some villages close to the border. So, like in Hollywood movie, the rescue car inside there is two cars that rescued us. So they entered the farm. Yunus found us at that moment. We just crawled outside the building. I started to run towards the car, and I just turned around. I looked at Yunus. I told him, "You're an angel. You saved our life." I gave him a huge hug, and then I ran towards the car. There was 4 or 5 girls inside the car. I just jumped inside and sat on them, and we sat all of 4 of my friends in one car, and the other 4 in the second car. So, and Yunus stayed there with his Thai workers because he really took care of them. So at that moment, that is the way we did. Here is some screenshot that there is. My commander from the IDF told me that I have to go back to reserve, and I told them, okay, but I need a rescue from Gaza now because there's terrorists running behind me. And here's the way the car took us. There is first of all south, and then at that part there is a like main road, kind of close to the villages. So we saw like apocalyptic view. There is a lot of cars, broken cars, and like everything, like very apocalyptic situation, apocalyptic scene. And then they took us inside a place called Maslul, and we stayed there for 2 hours. And then after that, they took us to Beersheba, like a city in the south part of Israel. And from that, my friend Zayal, his father took us by a car north, so we came home around 8 p.m. at that day. And here's the building that saved our life. So underneath that building, we stayed. We actually entered from the other side of the building. Here you can see what the terrorists saw. So I don't know at that moment. That was a very huge miracle because, as you can see, they couldn't actually see us because it was only 40 centimeters above the ground. Here's Yunus. our guardian angel. He's helped us, and from that day, I'm talking with him every week, every 2 weeks. Actually, I didn't met him because I am waiting for my friends Eyal and Niv to finish their reserve. They fighting. Eyal is still fighting in Gaza now, so from that day, I'm still waiting for them to. So the closure to what happened, what started with them will end with them. So I'm waiting for Eyal, and we will go together. But I'm still talking with him. He's an amazing guy. He's so special person. I don't know why we just found that farm, and he was there and helped us, and they didn't hurt him. No one can explain that. And here's the car we left. Actually, I didn't say that, but we left the car on the road, on the main road, close to the party. So, and we ran all the whole 8 kilometers by foot. So the car stayed there, and that's what left from the car. And that's Niv's car. And okay. So that's what happened to me and to my friends and our crazy story. And here I want to tell you about a girl that I knew that that murdered in that party. Her name is Tiferet Lapidot. She was 23 years old. She, as you can see, she is a very beautiful person, and also she had very beautiful soul. She is like the people that, you know, there is some people that you're meeting for only a few minutes, and then they enter to your life, to your heart, and they like touching you from inside. So she is absolutely like that. Actually, I met her in Australia for not long times, for only 1 hour there, 1 hour, and then a few hours in different place. And she was such a beautiful soul. And actually, at the start of the October 7th, the massacre, she was disappearing, missing for 10 days. We thought maybe she was kidnapped. Don't know if it's better. So, and then after 10 days, they found their body, and they buried her. And that's a few minutes that I want to share about Tiferet. She was such a beautiful person. We lost very beautiful human being. And I think that's it about the story and what happened on October 7th. From now I have a few messages, like 3 messages to you. And the first one is I want to say that we have to be united and strong against the terror as a people, as a normal people around the world, because that happened for us on Saturday, but no one can guarantee it will not happen on Sunday. So we have to be strong together against the terror and united, and don't let that things happen again, because you see the results of that. The second one is I want to say thank you so much. All the people, the Christian evangelist community that's very helping us and give you a huge hug, because here in Israel, we are in Israel very feeling that. We are feeling the support of you, and the donations or only the support you are giving to us, because there is this day we have a lot of anti-Semitic incidents around the world. So I just want to say thank you about that, and it's very, very important, because, to be honest, my mother, she didn't want to send me here, because he told me, I don't know, there is a lot of anti-Semitic incidents around the world. I see especially what's going on in North America, so I don't know if I wanted to send you there. But I know how important is to tell my story here and say thank you about that. So I did that. And the last one is personally for everyone that's sitting here, that live your life like it's the last minute every time. Every moment in your life is like the last minute. You don't know when is the real last minute of your life. For me, it almost happened in a terror attack, but who knows, it can happen on the road, or all of a sudden from somewhere you can find your last minute. So just live your life and follow your dreams and love the people that surrounding you. And that's it. I want to say thank you for listening to me, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Shalev, for sharing your story. My name is Dana. I'm volunteering in the organization Faces of October 7, and our organization is really trying to bring as much survivors, just like Shalev, to different communities, different colleges in North America, just to share our story. And I really want to say thank you for being here, for bear witness. Now you can share Shalev's story. We saw from October 8th, we got denial all over the world. So unfortunately, we need to come to North America and to share our story, because so many people just don't believe us that thing happened. And it's so brave of you to be on the stage and to speak, and thank you so much. And I want to open it up for Q&A. I want to give you an opportunity to ask Shalev some questions. I will ask you not to refer to any political questions, since we are here to listen to Shalev, to ask his experience in that day. And I'm going to also ask you to try and stay brief with your question. Don't bring like a big spiel. Try to make it short and sweet. So we're going to have some time for people to ask questions. So if you want to raise your hand, or if we have a mic, and then you can come to ask your question.
Shalev, first of all, I really thank you so much for honoring us with your presence and your story of great heroism, and just giving us so much rooting for and praying about and supportive. I'm wondering, I mean, you have been through a lot. Did you experience anything like some kind of trauma? I mean, you were so composed today. I'm very struck by that. I mean, and if you did, I mean, how did you deal with it?
And to be honest, the three first months were very traumatic for me, very hectic for me. For me it was because also not my personal story. What happened to all our country, right, and all the stories. My story is like nothing in Israel. We have so much, even worse stories about what happened in October 7th. So the first month they were very hard for me, but I think after that I had to understand that it's a bit strange to say that, but like that there's a reason that kind of thing happened to me. And maybe I'm not here I don't know to say why now, but maybe in the future I think I will. So probably there is a reason that why it's happened, and I don't know.
So while we're waiting for another question, I also want to let you know, Shalev, there's about over 50 people watching online as well. So there's quite a from across Canada. So just to let you know, is there any other question? Yeah, on 1 meter platform. So it could be more. Yeah. James.
Thank you very much for your story. I can't believe it. But what can us fat cat Canadians who sit here in our comfortable pews and have a wonderful life do in a practical sense? I'm too old to do anything, but I would like to take a gun and go back and root out some of these evil guys and give them what they deserve. But in a practical sense, it isn't. So do we just keep sending money to you folks to help you?
So I think, first of all, only to be non to be non-Jew that supports Israel. That's crazy. That's very support us as a people in Israel, because you can see what's going around here in North America and all over the world. So that first thing. And the second one is, I think donations. Yeah, that's very helpful, because I have a friend that doing reserve now in Gaza Strip. They're fighting, and because I was a combat soldier. I can say that when you have a better equipment, it's make more your missions easier. So that's about that, and I don't know. There is a lot of other things to use that money on that support. So beside that, I don't think about anything more.
I also can add, of course, donations always are good for Israel, but besides of that, being here and so like being with Israel and standing against anti-Semitism, standing against people that supporting Hamas and all the pro-Palestinian. Just yesterday, we saw 500 people downtown Vancouver protesting for Hamas. So I think standing with Israel, going to rallies, even like now, bear witness. Now you heard Shalev, so you can share his story with people that maybe don't believe us. And come visit Israel. It's okay. We have tourists that are coming. I'm a tour guide in Israel. I took some groups. It's not like, the classic trip. You can't go anywhere. But we have tourists that are coming, supporting the economy, showing support in the ground in Israel. We love hearing English in Israel. So really come visit us. We are open. We're going to hug you. And thank you for what you're doing.
I want to invite you to beer in Tel Aviv. So if you will be in Tel Aviv, talk with me.
Yeah, there you go. Is there any more questions? It's an easy crowd. Oh, we got one from Ralph. Here.
So nice to have you with us and to be here with you and to hear your story. You mentioned throughout your testimony at various intervals the word miracle. As a student of the Tanakh and the Hebrew Scriptures, I'm sure you know that Hashem has his hand on you. And so I want to ask, from your perspective in your generation, has this tragedy opened hearts to the Lord God of Israel, to Hashem, and to begin to seek, knowing that there were many, many miracles? And in spite of this tragedy, do you believe hearts have become softer to the Lord God of Israel?
I think that I'm only in the start of the process of that situation. My story, my personal story, and all what happened around us in Israel. So I don't actually have some answer for that. Sorry. Thank you.
Send a ministry to, would it get safely to Heart? We did it there for a while, to Heart. Oh, for donation to get there safely to Israel. It's called Heart.
So I think what's a safe way even for I guess this organization to get the funds to Israel? Yeah.
Okay. So I can share with you some other like links that you can safely donate Israel, if it's to Zaka or other organizations. Our specific organization, like this is our QR code, if you want to help us with our mission, just to bring more survivors to different communities and different colleges. This is only us, the QR code, but I can share with you other stuff that you can share, like safe links that you can be sure that it's going to go to Israel.
And many of you know there's many ministries here that have been involved. ICEJ was one of the sponsors to be able to have you come like to this building, like have this evening. So really blessed to do that as well. But there's a lot of other ministries. But please send them to us, and we'll put the links via Facebook and social and stuff like that to get people. You don't have any paper. Okay, see it's a generation that now it's all digital.
So I really want to say thank you for coming and hearing Shalev. And I want to tell you from the bottom of my heart and all the Israelis, we felt the hug from the evangelist community. Believe me, we felt that. We felt the hug from the Jewish community. We felt the hug from evangelist community. Not from the rest of the world, unfortunately, but yes, from your community. And I want you to know that we felt that. And we are still feeling that. And over the news, we are seeing what's happening in North America. So like, we know, and we are sending you like the big support that we can. And thank you so much for having us. And we're going to stay here. Thank you. We're going to stay here for a couple of minutes. If you want to come, talk to Shalev, take some pictures, you're more than welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, so let's just stand one more time and thank them. And yes, we really thank you guys for coming, all of you. And I echo even what Ralph said. All of us could say that, we're praying for you guys as well. With all the support, with all the money, bomb shelters, equipment for the displaced people, but overall, there's people who are praying day in and day out, every day. And we know even before we were praying. And so I believe even that the prayers that were before helped with bringing Eunice your way and bringing you here today. So really, Hashem, He knows, and He's the one who brought you here today. So may it be the beginning of that journey for all of you guys to really feel the love of Hashem. All right, so we love you guys. Please make sure you come and greet. They're willing to stay. And this is what we're going to do. Come, Dad, did you need to say anything? Yes, because we got to show the video. We want to show the video. So we're going to give about 5 minutes, okay? So a quick greeting of Shalev and Dana, Omer, Avia.